Good morning everybody, my name's Fiona, this is Elio Moon Arts, and today we're going to be doing another Couture Creations project. It won't just have their products in it, it'll have a few other products in it as well. So essentially we're going to make something like this. I'm not going to make exactly the same as this one, but it will be quite similar. So to start off with, I'll have to I'll try and link the other video in the description box down below. So the other day we made these tag journals. Excuse me. And after we'd made it, I gessoed the front of it. And I just used this gesso. Works. There are better ones out on the market, but this works for what I need. And we're also going to be grabbing some of these Dale Rowney fluid inks, acrylic inks, in a couple of different colours. I just realised I haven't got the other colour out that I need. Let me have a look. Okay, here it is. Okay, now I have these out. So we might start with those. I've just got a little water bottle, Couture Creations spray bottle. It's just got water in it, and I'm just wanting to spray the front of my piece. And I'm going to do this first so that we can move on and do some embellishment type stuff that will eventually go on this. So give your paint a good mix. You could use watercolour paints, you could use inks. I decided to go with this because I wanted it to sort of go with the current Blues by You products that they have at the moment. Now this one's a darker blue, and I do have a lighter blue, and I might use some of that in this as well. And I do want to get I don't need to fill up the whole thing with paint, but I do want a good amount on there. So just add some of this lighter blue. I'm just going to grab a paintbrush, a bit of water. Oh, where's my microfiber cloth? Okay, so I've just got one of these microfiber cloths, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it underneath here. Let's grab my paintbrush, and I'm just going to move these paints around a bit. I don't want to mix them too much, but I do want to get some good colour over our project. I just add a little bit more water. Just tipping them out a little bit. Just take off any excess that you don't want. I'm just tipping mine up onto my cloth. And I've lost all of my purple. That's okay. I'll just take these little drippy bits off for a minute. I don't know what this colour is. Oh, Purple Lake. I think this one is. If we need any more, we can always add it a bit later on too. It's very concentrated in those spots. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my heat gun. So excuse the noise, and I'm going to dry this off a little bit. I'm just going to pop that aside now and let that dry. Move that down here. There. Okay, so one of the pieces we're going to need, this is the prototype that I did. We're going to make something similar to this one. So what I need, I've pre-cut some, I did pre-cut some butterflies. Where did I put those butterflies? Okay, here they are. Okay, no, that's not all the ones I cut. Where did I put those? Oh, there they are. Okay, so I've already done 2, and what I've done is I'm going to take this one. So I've kept the piece that I cut out. So I'm just going to pop this back into place in here. And I've measured up my stamp so that I know that it's going to fit on there perfectly. How I did that was I actually put the stamp inside of this hole, and then I picked up the stamp, and now I'm just putting back the butterflies that I die cut, so that I know that it'll be a perfect fit each time. Let's grab my Baron, push this down. This just helps to give me even pressure over the stamp. I'm probably going to do it a second time. Okay. Okay, that should be enough for that. Beautiful. I'll just pop this aside for the time being because we won't be using that again today. So if you look at these and you look at this one, you'll see these ones are much darker. I've got a much more pigmented colour. So to do the stamping, I use the Couture Creations Stamp and Colour Outline ink. It's for alcohol ink colouring. It's great also for just doing this type of stuff because it doesn't run when you go to use it. So what I'll show you how I did these. So I got our Winkles glitter markers, which are these ones here. And I grabbed the black one, gave it a really, really good shake. And then I've just come in and I've painted. And some lines I've made a bit bigger, some lines I've made a bit smaller, to fit in with what I wanted it to do. So this has a lot of shimmer and shine in it when it's dry. It's actually quite beautiful. So that's basically what we're going to do. I'm going to go and outline the whole of this. I know there's a big white edge on here. Not sure what I'm going to do with that at the moment. The other thing that I'm going to use today, I'm going to use a purple, a blue, and a red for my butterflies. So let's just put those out of the way for a minute, and we might start. I might leave that one over there for the time being because I haven't done it yet. It can be the blue one. So once again, I'm just grabbing my Winkles markers. If you haven't got these yet, these are great. I'd even go so far as to say I like that in the heat embossed look. And these sort of kind of give you that same little bit of shimmer and shine that you get from heat embossing. And I mean, yes, certainly I could have gone and heat embossed these. But it also leaves them laying flat, so you don't get that raised bit like you do with the heat embossing. And it's just a little simpler to do. Takes a little longer. So it doesn't really matter if I go over these lines, over the black lines, because it won't move. I'll hold these up closer to the camera in a minute and see whether you can get, see if you can see it the shimmer on these better. I did do a video tutorial on these markers a while back. I think it might have been last month or might have been the month before. I'll try and link it down below when I put this up on YouTube. Okay. So each time you go over the purple each time you go over the colour with these, it will darken the colour as well. Just like you would if you were using alcohol ink markers. So if you're not getting the depth of colour you're quite after, try just going over it again with the same colour. So I've done a purple one and I'll make this one a red one. It's got a little thing on the side where it says push. That's to help release some of the ink down into the brush nib. Make sure you give them a really good shake so that the glitter comes out as well. Yeah, it's better. More concentrated colour now that I've given it a couple of squeezes. Okay, that's them done. I'm not going to worry about the blue one at this stage. I'm just going to check on our other piece and see how dry it is or isn't. Okay, it's not really that dry. What I might do is I might pause the camera here and I'll come back after I've dried it. Okay, I'm back again now. This is relatively dry. Now I'm thinking that, so this is just our background. If you can just, I don't know whether you can see that in that light. See how they've got that shimmer and shine to them? It's really pretty. So I need something more to go into our background and I'm just trying to think what I'm going to use. So I think I'm going to use some modelling paste, which I have here, through a stencil. And I've got a couple of different stencils I'm thinking about using for this. So the one that I used for this one here was this sort of like a postage type one. It was just a Temu buy, but I also have these. I thought maybe a little bit of, I really quite like the idea of this, so I might put a little bit of this in a couple of spots on the background. So all I'm using is a paint knife, and I'm just adding some, and I'm not worried if it's not perfect. I don't mind if I've gone out over the edge of the stencil and it's got a bit of white on there. So I just want a little bit of this in a few different places on here. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to take that one off now. And what else have I got? I've got this Tim Holtz number stamp. Some of that might look good on here as well. Like I said, you're not going to see a lot of this because this is purely just the background. So, which way do I go? This way. So grab some more of this modelling paste. That will do. Okay, I'm just going to stop the video here and go and clean up these things, and we'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Whilst I have been waiting for our cover to dry, I've just come in with my Black Winkles marker, and I've just done the outline of our other butterfly, and now we'll do our blue butterfly to go onto our piece. Okay, there we go. So we'll just, it's a very pretty blue. It does take a little bit of time to go over these with the black marker, but it's so worth it to get that shine and sparkle that comes into your piece from it. It does take a little bit of getting used to using these, it's almost like a water brush, but the bristles are really soft and they don't sort of spring back like a normal paintbrush either, which is okay. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, that's all. And I don't use a lot of water brushes, watercolor brushes like this type, but that's what they remind me of. And so this butterfly die cut set that I'm using is from the Blues by You collection. It's Butterflies set number 1, which I'm really quite enjoying. Now I'm going to leave the white outline on these in particular butterflies, but what I do want to do is I'm just going to push my nail into the side here, and I'm just going to push my wings up. You can use a ruler or something like that as well, which would also work. Just wanting to give my piece a little bit of dimension. Same with this side. Push up, push up. And this one, push up, push up. Okay, so I'm not sure what else I want to put on this background yet. I'm just going to grab out, I've got So on this piece we did before, on this piece, I've actually put some of this stuff underneath. Some of this, and I've done it in a black, but I don't think I want black for this one. I'm thinking that I don't have any purple, which would have been nice, but I do have a soft pink, which I think might look nice and just make that pop a little bit more. Okay, let's move this out the way. So I'm going to grab a bit of this. I'm just going to trim off a bit. Now this stuff does take a little bit of time to dry, and I'll show you how I put it on. So I just grabbed my little bottle. I haven't used this morning. It probably needs a bit of a clean up in there. Okay, excuse me for a moment. I'll just reach across there and grab a pen, pop that down in there. Wait, no, it's going to work. So all I'm going to do is add glue along some of these edges. And this is just Couture Creations All-Purpose Art Glue. And whilst this may be a sort of a material, it will hold this down perfectly well. So quite often there's no need to use other glues, because this one is a really, really good all-rounder. I've never had any of my stuff come apart when I've used it, and I've been doing this for a little while now. So okay, so I'm just going to turn this piece over, put it where I think I might want my butterflies to be. You know, it might need something darker underneath there. Maybe I will have to go with a black piece. Okay. We'll do that again. Okay. So some of my modelling paste is still not 100% dry yet. Okay, getting there slowly but surely. Okay, so I'm just going to put this one over the top of that pink. Oh, I might be able to take that pink one off and put this one on. So just try and get it some contact with the paper. And I'll do the 3 of these all at once. Then we can work out the placements. Then we can work out the placement of our butterflies on our front. So I hope everybody's been keeping really well. And I would just like to say a big thank you for those who have recently subscribed to my channel, and all of those who subscribed ages ago. I have been a little bit inconsistent with doing projects. I would really love it if you've got any ideas that you would like me to show or give a try to. If you want to leave me a little message down below in the comments section, I'd really appreciate that. I was going to do this in particular video as a live, because I've never done one. I was terrified of doing it, so I just thought I would just make up another video and do it like this, and then I might just do a random live at another stage, just so that I start to get a little bit of confidence doing it. I'm not sure exactly what we'll do for it, but I'm sure it'll be something. And I will try and put it over on my Eliane Arts page, when and where it'll be, so that everybody gets a chance to head on over there and have a look. Okay, so I'm just going to make this have a bit of contact. I'm just going to grab my modelling paste. I'm just going to sit that on there and the gesso and sit that on that one just till it sets up a little bit. Okay, so we're not going to use that one. So now we need to get some words, or I mean, I don't know what you would like to put on yours, but I had thought that I die cut also from the Blues by You collection. I die cut some of these leaves, and it's, I'm going to just grab it for you. It's also a Blues collection one, and it's a metal cutting die just called Leaves. So look around for your nearest stockist. If you're here in Queensland, I think Couture Creations also has an international channel too, so people from overseas can also have a look and see what they would like to do. So I'm just trying to think. So this one, it was actually a die cut from Blues by You collection. I can't remember which one. I can't remember which one it was in, but it was in one of them, and it's Just Because, and I really liked it. I will look up what it is after, and I'll put it in the description box later on. Okay, so this is also Blues by You collection. This is their ephemera pack. So I just want to have a look and see what I'd like to put on the front of our story. This is Bliss. I do like that one. Journey, I don't mind. I like the Dream one. Favourite moments, friends. Fun-filled days and dreams. I might just have to leave that dreams up there as well. So let's have a look through those ones. Let's see which ones we're going to put on. So what I'm looking for is something that will go well with the colours that I actually have. So I'll just take those off here now. And that should be nearly set up. And if not, I'll add some more glue. And I think I do on this bottom one. It needs a little bit more. It's not sticking, this one. And I know that this works because on the other one, that's what I used. I used this glue and I just stuck something on the top of it. So I'm just going to add a little bit more glue. Pop this down here. Just drop that on it for a minute. So I think I'll have the purple one down the bottom and this one in the middle. Do I want dreams? This one. I think I'm going to go with dreams because I'm going to bring in some leaves, which will give it, I think this darker one, I think it's the one I want. Okay, that should be held on there a little bit better now. So I've just taken the leaves die and I've cut I had some scraps of navy blue and some other different greens from Couture Creations. So I've just gone through and literally just die cut some leaves just to have a look to see what I liked. Then I just want to put some leaves out, coming out from underneath the butterflies, just to add that little bit of extra whatever to it. That one's being bent up. Maybe not that one. Maybe this one. Let's see how. So I won't be editing this video. I suppose the reason why I'm saying that is because I want you to be able to see that, I do have a process that I go through as well. It doesn't take just 5 minutes for something to come together. It takes a little bit of pre-thought. Whilst I had created the first original prototype page yesterday, I don't know how many hours I must have been out in my art room doing it, but it was quite some time, I will suggest. It wasn't, didn't happen overnight. And I think sometimes I'm just wondering whether I just do a craft along type video while I'm on here, because sometimes that would be nice as well, just to have that bit of company when you're crafting. Okay, this way, yeah, okay. So I'm liking these little bits underneath here, so I'm just going to put some more in. Just glue them down as I'm going. Once again, I'm just using Couture Creations all-purpose art glue. Great all-rounder glue. I have tried a few other glues. I tried the Tombow Mono glue. I think it's in the green. Sorry, I've just bumped the camera. I think it's in a green and white bottle. It was okay, but I didn't like it as much as I've enjoyed using this one. I think I have a blue one in here. So that's why I've gone back and I've stuck with this one since then. I do still have a couple of bottles of the Tombow Mono glue, but if I get desperate for glue, I will use it one day, maybe. I'll let my grandkids use it. Okay, let's put more glue on there. Pop that down. My nib is getting a bit gummy. Let's put my pen back through there. And let's put on our last couple. Now, yesterday on the prototype, I actually die cut the words from one of the other Blues by You collection pieces. I think it was a stamp. I'll find it later and I'll show it to you so you know which one I'm talking about. I might use this one actually. It's a green at the top here. Now this is quite a simple layout. I haven't gone to put too much dimension or anything like that into this. I just wanted something nice and simple. Needed a bit more glue on that one. Okay. And that's the other thing to think about when you're creating something like this. If you have too much dimension in your background, you'll find it much harder to glue down your pieces. I want them that way. That's a bit interesting, isn't it? I suppose it depends on what orientation you're going to use your book in. Am I going to use it straight up and down like so, or up this way? Or am I going to use it this way? I'm thinking I might like it this way. And then I can put my dream. Let's just have a play around with the placement for a little bit. Yeah, I think I like it better that way. I think that one's sort of not working very well with the page. Maybe a different colour. No. That is better, that one. What I might do is I might grab a couple of little brads. Just going to tip them out here because I do know I've got these little rose gold ones. And I'd like a couple of those. And I might use a brad to pop that through my page. just stick with the pointy ones. Okay, so let me have a look. What are we going to do? I'm just going to grab my other small hole puncher, which will be great for this little piece. So as you can see, it's got a very, very small hole. Okay, that's one hole. I'm just trying to line it up with the little plunger piece that goes through the centre. There we go. So I just want to put these through. I'm actually not going to poke them through the page. I just want them on here, just to make it look a bit more finished. Yep. And I think I'm also going to take these off for a moment. I'm going to grab some gold, and I think I'm going to do some splatters on here with some gold paint. Let's see what I've got. So I've got this bit of a gold acrylic. I'm just going to put it on this little mat here. Yep, that's a bit much, but anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little paintbrush that I had earlier. I'm just going to wet down some of this acrylic paint. A little bit more water. Because I've added that bit of rose gold in with the with our tag, I just thought a little bit of gold needs to come through into our piece just to make it a little bit more cohesive. Okay, yep, that will work. And the same with our butterflies. I want a little bit of gold on them. Okay, that's enough. So let's take that one bit off there. Now let's glue down our piece, the rest of our piece. So I'm just going to glue down the centre pieces on our butterflies. Just up onto the tips of the thingo for a moment. Just push that down like so. Same with this one. Been flying off in the other direction. Yep, and that'll go across there. So just adding some glue. Even on the bit of the bread, I'm adding glue to it as well. I really don't want it to be moving around at all. Up to this side a little bit further. Yep. Okay. And I think we're done. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial this morning. Thank you once again for joining me on my arting journey. And I hope yours is going well as also. And once again, thank you to all of those subscribers who have subscribed recently.